Hello and welcome back. This will be hopefully the last or one of the last episodes on the infamous Windshield. I think I got 6 parts to it now and definitely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And the question I had was these strips going across. So the big strip on the bottom, the big strip on the top, and the 2 spacer strips only have this amount of holes in it. And the cross brace has twice as many holes. So it has all these holes across here. But as you can see, these are only every other hole. Anyway, long story short, I did take a look online and looked at the EAA builder's log, and it seems like everybody has these drilled out. If it's in the manual, I missed it. So here, you know, it does say, looks like a 19 rivets going in. So I am going to drill these holes into the other trim panels and put lots of rivets. So today, beautiful day, gorgeous. I feel like Tony with my weather report now. But just happy, super psyched. Gonna go flying a little bit later, get up some lunch up in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, and with a bunch of people from Plymouth, so that should be fun. And other than that, build. Alright, so what I did is I used my little, whatever you call this thing, centering tool to get the ones in between. And since this is number 40 hole and these ones were number 30, kind of had to eyeball it a little bit. So I would do, you know, 3 across and then do those 2, so on and so forth. Then I took one strip, the trim strip, the spacer strip, which is probably the least important, and transfer drilled them all across there, took it all apart, flipped it over, and then drilled them all to number 30. And now I'm basically going to make sure they fit with here and then transfer them onto these 2 thick ones. Alright, that was pretty easy. I'm going to deburr those. I think I have a few more holes. If I remember correctly, I could not find, when I poked through the foam tape, like on this hole here. Oh, I gotta drill this guy too. Okay, so airplane starting. Anyway, I think I gotta drill these into the metal rib and then drill these, obviously. So yeah, looks like I'm gonna take it off again. Well, I can probably do it on there. Can't forget to upsize the new holes to number 28. And then deburr them. Going over to the other side. Do I want to paint that black? These you won't see, they'll be behind the cuffs. But that one. Well, I guess that answers that. Forgot to show, but I put the foam strip under here and claycoing these guys in place now. And I think this is going to be leading towards final assembly. So I marked these strips. I don't know if I mentioned it in the video when I painted them, but I put, you know, L, center, C, and R on them, and I engraved it on the forward side, so I know that's always the front side, and obviously the side facing down, so you can't see it. But that's how I know which one goes where. Next it says to place the windshield in position, hold in place with the forward center strip, blah blah blah, 30 seconds, screw, secure the screws with paste tape, Loctite, blah blah blah, tighten down, yada yada. So that's all fine and good. I'm excited to put the windshield in, but I also realized that I haven't clecoed the boot cowl yet, so I think I gotta do that first. Something tells me that's a good idea. Well, that was a little bit like a cold shower. Took the cover off, and yeah, I realized I gotta rivet all this together. I gotta put a hole here for the little brow LED light. I had this marked. It says it hits. I don't know if it actually does or not. So I got a few more steps to do before the windshield goes in, but getting closer. Man, gotta be real close. I can taste it. All right, but I think I'll call it a day. Bye-bye. Hello, welcome back. Today's plan is to remove all this. I still gotta deburr these. Double, triple, quadruple check. Any trimmings. Like I said, I need to drill a hole on the far side for the little LED light strip. Maybe open these up a little bit and just double check, make sure everything's ready to go on for the very last time. I got these little braces here I gotta bolt in, and yeah, so remove this, deburr it, check it, put it on. I hope I have enough AVIX rivets to do all this. And here we go. Alright, so I have my fancy brow with the provision for LED, and I wanted to kind of just tuck the wire down on that side. So it just comes out underneath here, because that plastic piece is removable. And basically I just sorted out where these tabs are, and I'm just going to notch this thing out so you can fit a plug. Hold on. Similar to like these plugs that we were using, just kind of sneak it in there and plug it in. Well, looky here, I discovered another unfinished task. So because this has the vacuum line going through it for the light speed ignition, I never clamped it tight. I put you know, a sealant on it, but my idea is, I don't know if you can see, yep, I made this little spacer, okay, and I'm going to slide that onto the hose, and that way this can go, you know, inside there, and I can seal that up, and now I can tighten this without worrying about crushing the vacuum line for the light speed ignition. All right, kind of going through this one last time before we button it all up, because it's going to be a little bit harder to access. So I went through, double checked, make sure all these were on tight for all of those big serial connectors here, there. Got that in. Nothing rubbing. Kind of doing this just for myself in case we ever need to look back from the top view here and what we have going everywhere. We got protection there. Even have a little rubber thing on top of that nut sticking out. Everything looks pretty secure. This stuff you can kind of access from the front, from inside if you take the G3X out, so I'm not too worried about that. Got protection over here as well. I could probably put a P-clamp on there, but again, that we can do from the front. I'm kind of worried about these things here. I made removable. If you take these out, you can kind of slide them out, but the connectors, they're going to be a little tight. So, alright, there's the fan, my defrost fan. And alright, I think think that's everything. Got this tightened up. My little brace in there. All the grounds tight, that's tight. All right, boot cowl on, permanent? I don't know. I'll make sure all my strips are lined up. I showed this in another video when I was building the center stack, but this is kind of cool. I think it's a good idea. It gives a lot of rigidity to that. So there's a couple of screws that go in there and basically holds the center stack to the top of the boot cowl. And the other thing I did that I thought was pretty cool is actually this guy here. So this is a snap-in GPS. So that's just plastic, so the GPS can go through it. But basically, if you have the just slide that in there, and then that'll hold it there. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Should double check the instructions before I put it all on. It says here, use two-way foam tape to isolate and dampen sound. This will make for a much quieter cabin. So I'm guessing like along where the joints are. Now, I'm not a big fan of the foam tape because it kind of puffs it up, but I have this acrylic double-sided tape that I used also along here. That'll do the trick. So back off. Yeah, the plane's held together with double-sided tape. I don't see a problem with that. What are you worried about? It's really good tape. Seriously. So I'm putting it underneath here too. Probably kind of overkill, but I know you got a seal inside there. But it actually has another benefit of me being able to align these three strips before the boot cowl goes on. So that was a good idea. Can't hurt, right? So yeah, that works out pretty good. Hopefully once I take all the clecos out, that'll stay down. That worked out great. I'm also thinking that would also help prevent like water penetration. As always, there's a lot more work taking it all off, putting the tape on and putting it back on again, but I haven't even riveted it yet, and you can just tell, like, even this little piece here where there's no rivet or cleco, just seems nice and tight. Good idea. Alright, time to triple check which rivets go in here, and looks like the majority are AVEX. So I don't know if you can hear it, but here's my weather report. It's coming down hard and heavy. I think I'll stay inside. booty's all butted up. Listen to how tight that booty is. So got all my rivets in, and I didn't put these in because those obviously go with the windshield trim. And one of the things that I never did, because obviously I didn't do the rivets, is seal up inside here. So I'm gonna try and do that now. And my thought is, I have some syringes because I can't get the big caulking gun in there, so I'm gonna squirt that in there and then try and do that without making too much of a mess. Wish me luck. Another experiment. All right, filling up the syringe to try and get in there isn't the worst idea, and sometimes you have to get even more creative. Fuel line, pitot tube to get into those hard to reach places. Well, that was a lot of work, a lot of odds and ends all day, just finishing up inside, outside, sealing. I guess the sealing thing I didn't really have to do right now, but needed to get done. But I can't think of anything else that's stopping me from putting the windshield on. So I put the foam tape on here, but I forgot about that plastic thing going in. They want you to put the foam tape on the plastic, then this. I think I'm going to omit that. That's going to be too much foam tape. Alright, I got it all in, and kind of sits where it always did. But guess what Dum Dum forgot to do? Oh boy. I think I might be able to do it without taking it all out. At least I was able to loosen a couple of clecos and pull it out, so crisis averted. Alright, looks like all the strips fit as they should, so pretty happy about that. Got the Z strips in, the fiberglass strip, that strip. I'm gonna put the wing cuffs on. I know I gotta put a piece of VHB underneath there, and I just wanted to see if it fits before I do that. Then piece of foam tape, I think, on the inside here, and I'll probably take the green out of that corner. Alrighty, I think we're going to call this the final fitment of the windshield, skylight, wing cuffs, C-strips, fiberglass strip, all the accessories that go with it. So I wasn't sure how far I was going to get today. I know I wanted to get this in for what I think is the final time, and I think it is. I haven't committed to any of the gluing or riveting yet, but had a few not curveballs, but things that I forgot about, like riveting the boot cowl, and then ended up putting double-sided tape to hold it all together. Also might help with some water tightness, sealing inside the firewall, finishing a few lacing things inside. Man, I can't even remember. putting all the foam tape on here, putting the foam tape on the strips up there, and basically just assembling everything. So right now, I honestly think it's just ready to go. So the last video will be final mounting of the windshield. It's gonna be a 10-part episode, but anyway. Take a look up here. So yeah, I put every cleco in because yeah, I don't have anything better to do. So these ones need to get sealed. These ones need Loctite and some silicone. These all need to get sealed. And I think I kind of want to think about my technique, because if I dip the rivets and stick it in there, like, silicone's just gonna ooze out. Oh, I still need to put the VH tape underneath here, VHB tape, and then gluing these and gluing that should be pretty straightforward. I just want to have a clear head. Right now it's already 7 o'clock. It's been a long day. I didn't even have lunch and I'm starving for dinner now. So anyway, now I'm babbling. I want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully, over here, here we go. Hopefully the videos are helpful. Don't take them too serious. It's just me doing it, no instructions. Do your own research. But I have fun documenting it, and I thank you for the support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.